is the ultimate reality of who we are. The third, the sage in bloom is like perfume. Well, I would align that with realization that no person ever walks life road alone. There is ever another who walks with us. This is our inner self, the underlying reality. So let us learn to be still and let the truth speak through us. To be still and know that the inner light shines. It's like perfume. It's like perfume. It's that sweetness within us. And the fourth reminds me of the one I love. Subjective mind. Subjective mind. For the subjective mind is the seat of memory. And it contains a remembrance of everything that has ever happened to the outer, to the individual. It also contains the family and race characteristics. It retains these memories in a certain sense as mental pictures. The subjective mind might be compared to a picture gallery, upon whose walls are hung the pictures of all the people whom the individual has ever known and all the incidents ever experienced. So our minds are like a picture gallery, you could say, like this room here, filled with images, people, experiences, those that have come into our lives. All of that is stored. Reminds me of what I have loved. And is still with us. So, beloveds, who you are is your true identity. Who you are is your true identity. It's not mine. It's not anybody else's beside you. It's yours. It is pure spirit. It is pure potentiality. And I believe this purity, this completeness in the beginning of life is the real deal of who we are. Each of us is already spiritually magnificent at birth. Who can look at a child and think otherwise? I can't. I can't. I look at the little ones today coming in, and they're so pure and sweet and full of energy. How can you not love that? Where does that go? It's still in here, like these, still hanging around inside us. Where is it? How come we don't get to see that more often? So each of us has already spiritually, as already spiritually magnificent at birth. We each have the opportunity to show up and to be that grand idea in form and action. We do, but we don't. We do, but we don't do that. Part of the flavor of what we are as our human personalities and emotional behaviors arrives as a result of our birth into the world. This is our human DNA. Our human DNA. And then you and I add more art to the walls of our mind, don't we? We personalize our own room of thought. That's what makes us unique. That's what makes us draw to one another. Maybe we like the same art. We like the same ideas, the same foods, the same beverages, the same Texas wear. Who knows? But there's an attraction we have with people, and if we inquire enough, we'll uncover it. So here we are, all made of the same spiritual stuff, and enhanced by our individual human lineage and our emotional redecorating. Like that. Because we do that. Every time something happens in our lives, we change. It adds. We grow. we've diminished. Whatever we do, it's one more ingredient to the mix of your individual DNA recipe. And so, I find it very interesting that how we are enhanced. Now, I'm reminded of my maternal grandmother in this whole adding on of stuff, because when she encountered a person of a different texture of human lineage than hers, and that human most often was my paternal grandmother, she would exclaim, I'm going to try to affect her voice, "Oh, she's such a mess. She's such a mess." She didn't say bless her heart, but when I was a little kid, I go, yes, it's okay to be. But, you know, all of that, that's an influence that I can conjure that up. It's still within my mental room of thinking. And I have learned, in spite of that, to not be judgmental in the beginning. Because what might appear as a mess is maybe a call for help. Is maybe a call for attention. And in my paternal grandmother, it was a call for attention. And I knew that because of how she looked. She was over the top. But you know, really, aren't families the perfect training ground for life? We are. We are. You know, and be grateful. It's like launching a rocket, you know, sometimes. I'm out of here. But we are. We're in training. So the key is to know that no matter what is appearing right now, the right now does not have to be forever. The key is to know that no matter what is happening right now, that this right now does not have to be forever. Unless we want it. That deep down there's always truth with a capital T. Too often we confuse a small t appearance with a capital one. We confuse the world of effect rather than the what's the cause. Example, she's such a mess. Now my grandmothers both loved me. I was the grandson. Was there not to love, I'd say. But they did, you know, and I always got the best. So, moving on. A small t, truth, is what we often tell ourselves to placate what has been, what we've always known, our train of thought, what we have always done. It's a cover-up for the underlying issue most of the time. It's our story. A small t truth is like lipstick. It's on the surface and changes often with the rest of the outfit. Okay? It's not permanent. Women know this. They appreciate it. They understand it about lipstick. Now the large T of truth is that which is forever, it's unchangeable, it's guaranteed. Such as, God is all there is. That's universal. God is called by many names throughout the world. But if you go to any part in the world, there is a belief in one. Whatever that one is. It could be Buddha. We're hearing a lot about Muhammad today. But those places around the world believe in one of something. There's only one God. There's only one life. In Science of Mind, that life is God's life, and that life is perfect, and that life is my life now. I'm an individualized expression of God, and therefore, all God is, I am. Everything else is lipstick. Ernest Holmes, and I quote, "The purpose of our lives is to live life. Do not shy away from it, be fearful of it, or deprive yourself of its full enjoyment." we do that? Why do we deprive ourselves of some good that comes our way? When we do, I do sometimes, and I catch myself going, what am I thinking? What am I doing here? You know, oh no, don't do that for me. Oh no, don't buy me that Coke. Oh no, you know. What? Why not? You do it for them, right? So, and you know how good that feels when you offer out for yourself to do that. Allow them the gift of that same feeling. And so what I know is that living life from the knowledge of all that has come before has contributed to now. And if we hold back afraid of a misstep, we chance missing the wholeness of who we truly, with a capital T, are. So I urge you, delve deeply into the truth of who you are. The spiritual magnificence of who you are meant to show up as. Because you know, there's something within you that knows. It's the urging. It's the pulling. Maybe even the pushing that says, this is who I am, and this is what I want to do in life. And live life in the realization of the greater potential. Don't beat yourself up because you think, oh, I haven't lived my potential. You're living it the best you can. But what I'm here to remind you of is that there's something more to know. Something more to open to. Something more to draw you to. So let it do that for you. And from time to time in this process, consider rehanging the walls of your mind with new images. Do it as needed without fear. It's fun to redecorate. I do it all the time, not only in my home, but in my mind. And remember, it's your life, no one else's. Your mind, no one else's. And your experience, no one else's. So live it, love it, deep in your heart. Namaste.
Namaste.